Hi there's Degrees. I know I haven't done a video for quite some time, but I thought I'd try and do a video now. Right now I'm going to actually review the Justice League movie, which I thought was actually pretty decent, you know, for what it was. It was quite a enjoyable film, nice popcorn film. But surprised about the amount of hate it's gotten. I think it's not a terrible movie. It's fun. It's fun, entertaining, you know, quite a bit of comedy in there, so I don't really understand why movies got as much hate as it does, but it's what it is. Um, it does have its issues though. It does have its issues. One of the biggest issues has to probably be the villain itself, Stephen Wolf. I don't like that he is too similar to Ares, and that was a problem for me anyway. That was a big problem for me, so that's why I don't particularly like that fact. Um, Ares wasn't really that good of a villain, I thought anyway. In Wonder Woman, it was all right, but it wasn't that good of a villain. It was the whole movie itself why Wonder Woman was great. Um, Stephen Wolf seemed too familiar, though I do like the power level he showed. I also like the way how he managed to get the mother boxes. That was really cool. The way he dealt with the Amazons in Themyscira. That was really cool. I got time for that. And then afterwards, dealing with this is spoiler review anyway. The movie's been out for a while now, so you know. Also, he went to Atlantis and he dealt with them guys as well. I I didn't I didn't care for the visuals in Atlantis, to be honest. I can't wait to see Aquaman's film next year, but I wasn't a big fan of the how Atlantis looked. It was a bit weak personally, so hopefully when his movie does come out, the effects are a lot better than what was offered there. Also, didn't like the way how Stephen Wolf looked anyway. I thought it was just poor for me, but it is what it is. The other issues I had, even though I accept it because I enjoyed the characters, certain characters just wasn't who. Well, I'm not gonna be that guy. You know, I think characters should be somewhat like they are in the comic books. You know what I mean? And Flash, for example, was not Flash. That that wasn't Barry Allen at all. That another guy. That said, I thought I enjoyed I enjoyed that character. I enjoyed that version. I guess I still found it entertaining. It's not better than the original version of Barry Allen, the actual comic book version. I do like. This guy was see antisocial a bit, like doesn't gel well with society, doesn't really have friends, and that's not Barry Allen. That said, what they did with this guy was quite entertaining. I also didn't like the fact that he was as young as he was. I would have liked him to be a bit more experienced as well, but that's okay. I mean, if it was more of an experienced Flash, be very overpowered, you know. Um, so I could probably get why they tried to not make it newer, but I would have also liked him not to be that. But at the end of the day, he was still a fun character to watch on screen. Um, Other character was Cyborg. Uh, though with Cyborg, I would accept a little bit more because he only just got his powers and that, and I could understand why he would be as miserable as he is. But he was very serious, and Cyborg, I know from at least checking out Teen Titans and reading the odd stuff, he's a bit more, um, you know, he's funny. He's more funny. He's not as serious, um, you know. So I would have liked that as well, but I'm accepting more with how Cyborg is because he only just got his powers. I get that miserable and that. I did like the relationship that they showed between him and his father, though. That was really good. That was really good. And I do like the actor though. I like the actor's voice. I think he sounds really cool. I think Cyborg had a cool look as well. Um, yeah, I got time for the actor. I got time for Cyborg, but it's just that wasn't really him. But again, I didn't mind it. And the other one would be Aquaman, even though that's not really Aquaman as well. But again, I enjoyed. Do you know what? Even though they were so different from the characters on Red and seen in other sources, other media, they were still fun to see on screen. So I'm okay with that. Uh, I'm okay. You know, it's not like what they done with Superman. You know, and that now is completely different. And speaking of Superman, I wasn't hyped for his return in this. I wasn't hyped at all. The way he came in, it was somewhat cool, but the hype, you know, because he only just died in Batman versus Superman. You know, it just died about two movies ago. So you know, you didn't see him in. You had about two films after Batman versus Superman, and then they brought him back, and it. Do you know what I mean? There was no hype there, no excitement. If they did something like there's a bunch of other movies that came out and then he came back, then sure. But in general, I would have never killed off Superman anyway. Do you know that poor writing? I think with Batman vs Superman crushed so much sort of material into one movie, and I just thought it was dreadful. You know, Death of Superman, Doom. Ooh, you know, Batman vs. Nah, I don't like that. So I'm not a fan personally. And with doing that, Superman coming back, there isn't, you know, oh yeah, he's back. It wasn't. So I can't get really hyped with that. That said, I did like Superman on screen. I did like that they finally made Superman be how he is in other sort of how he is, you know, light-hearted, like, you know, friendly or not aggressive as he is, and that. I liked this Superman they showed you in the Justice League compared to the Man of Steel and Batman vs Superman. No, Superman. So that's what I did like. I did like they finally got Superman right in the DCEU. So, a bit late, but it's there. Um, I liked that Batman wasn't all over the place in this. Ben Affleck's Batman. I liked that. You know, he didn't steal the show. He wasn't all in your face in that. If anyone stole the show, it probably may have been that Flash. Even though I said it wasn't that Flash, but he stole the show. I thought he was fun. He was a fun character. So if anyone stole the show, it would be that Flash. Or Wonder Woman. She looked really cool. Stuff that she done in it. You know, seeing her again after the hype that was Wonder Woman, that's great film for me, and of you know Batman versus Superman, seeing Wonder Woman that, and then her movie and that. She is probably the best thing about this whole project. Wonder Woman, best thing about the project. That said, her character is different. The Wonder Woman that you saw in her solo movie, it's just not so different, but it's just I can't buy that Wonder Woman turning her back on mankind like the Wonder Woman that they show you in BVS and Justice League. I just can't see it. So that's a problem in itself as well. But she still looked strong. You know, still probably, other than Flash, probably the best thing about the movie. So yeah, I thought now with the two directors, you know, between Zack and Josh Whedon, Zack Snyder and Josh Whedon, I personally, I'm not great at telling the difference and that, really. I don't know who really done what. I could only kind of take guesses, I think that beginning scene with Superman, I don't think that was a dream sequence. I think that dream sequence now between Superman and Lois that you saw in a trailer, one of the trailers, that may have originally been a dream sequence, and then I don't know. I could be wrong. I'm not sure. Maybe just made it into an actual scene. Could be. I mean, there's clearly editing because of the the facial hair and that. So between Superman, I think the parts where they made Superman look more like how he is in the comics, I think that was Joss Whedon's stuff. I think he'd done that. I think the first scene where the little kids are talking to Superman, I feel that might be Josh's editing. I think he did that. That's a good job. So yeah, I like that, but it's hard to tell whose work is what. The comedy is definitely I think that's Josh's stuff. I think it's more Josh's stuff. The more lightheartedness of it. I mean, Zack probably still would have put it in anyway because of the backlash of BVS, but I don't know. Overall with this movie, I'll probably give it a 6.5 out of 10. Do you know what I mean? I could probably push it to a 7. You know, because at the end of the day, it was an entertaining film. It was a popcorn film. I mean, this year, when it comes to the Marvel, DC, and Fox, Disney, Fox, and the Warner Bros. What the movies they came out this year, majority of them were popcorn movies. I thought only Logan and Wonder Woman were more of the serious ones that I would say they were beyond the popcorn movie. I thought all the MCU movies this year was pure popcorn, and I think the majority of MCU movies are sort of popcorn movies. I mean, I love the MCU. I'm more of a Marvel guy than I am a DC by miles. But at the end of the day, I cannot deny that majority of the MCU movies are popcorn sort of fun sort of movies. Not that much. Not many of them are that deep. And I could accept that, and I think people should accept that with this Justice League. I think it's not deep at all. Maybe Batman vs Superman was deep. Maybe I don't know. It probably it could have been. I understand what the movie was. I mean, people that say that the people disliked it because they don't understand what the movie was. I mean, come on, that's just I didn't like the movie. I know what it was about. Didn't like the movie at all. This was entertaining. It's a popcorn film. I liked it for what it was, and should accept it. So I give 6.57. Fun film, compared to Logan and Wonder Woman, not good. I could compare it to Homecoming, maybe. I think Guardians and Ragnarok just about have it beat. I could compare it to Homecoming because I'm not a big fan of Homecoming myself personally. It was alright, fun film, but they got Spider-Man's origins kind of a bit. It's not an origin story, but I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to get back to Justice League. So yeah, I give it 6.5 out of 10, maybe a 7. I push it to a 7. I'm looking forward to the future of what the DCU have. I heard that it's pretty much done now. I heard that's the last movie. It is what it is, if it is. So I am looking forward to Aquaman next year, though. That should be fun. And it's a shame that DC only releasing one movie next year. And originally, if I'm not mistaken, when it was announced 2 years ago that there was supposed to be a Flash movie coming out next year. Obviously, that's been scrapped. So it just seems to be just the one movie, and that's Aquaman. But I'm really looking forward to that. I'd like Jason Momoa. I like him. He's a good actor. I liked him in Game of Thrones. I liked him when he played Conan. So yeah, and I enjoy his Aquaman. So I'm really looking forward to seeing that movie next year. probably the third hyped movie I am when it comes to the comics and that. So yeah, I look forward to see what he has to offer in the future. Other than that, looks like, I don't know, looks with this DCEU, I think it's coming to an end now. It's faded. There should be certain things that are going to be fun and fun. Certain things, I had fun moments on it, but I guess it's going to end. I think they're scrapping it and doing something else. I heard there's going to be a Flashpoint movie. That should be fun. That is probably one of the best animated comic book movies I've seen. So I like to see that on, you know, live action, see what it does. But again, I would have done a Flash movie personally. I would have thought, do a Flash movie, and then at the end credits, have him try and run back in time to save his mum, and then, well, I say at the end of the movie, have him run back in time to save his mum, but don't actually show it, and then during the end credit scenes, you have him wake up and see that he's noticed that his mum's alive, right? He's having like coffee with his mum, and he wakes up, said, oh, something like that, like they did in the actual animated movie. That would be so cool. And that's how the end credits, so you would know, okay, that's Flashpoint, and then have a Justice League Flashpoint movie. That would be cool to me. Anyway, I'm going to end this sort of review. Thanks for watching, and I probably might try and do more videos in the future if I got time. You know, I want to do the Star Wars review when that movie comes out next week, so I probably might do one then. And if not, they'll do more future videos. So anyway, thanks for watching.